So one of the most common questions I get asked is, Sean, I have a friend who's in business and I'd love to ask him for referrals and I just don't know what to say. And in fact, this is one of my favorite scripts. I'm not supposed to use, I can't use the word script? Okay, all right, this is what I like to say. First off is, give him a call and just invite him out for a quick cup of coffee. Hey Jim, this is Sean. I'd love to come out and have a quick cup of coffee with you. Now Jim might ask why, what are we getting together for? And you're gonna say, I'd like to talk to you about business. Most of the time, your friends are gonna understand what this conversation is going to be about. We don't want to mislead them by saying, hey, I just want to get together and it's a friendship, and then drop the business bomb on them when we get there. So just be honest with them, say, hey, it's about business. Now, if they're in an industry that you might be able to reciprocate or refer to, then you might say, I'd like to refer business to you. When you get there and you sit down with them, because this is a purposeful business conversation, you're going to be very purposeful about moving through the conversation. So not a lot of chit chat. Spend about 5 minutes simply covering what's going on in your life with your family and all that. You've heard the old saying, FORWARD. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams, right? Now, we're going to be very quick about this because we're going to be purposeful and professional. My experience has been professional people like other people who are very purposeful and professional, and the higher level person you're speaking to is going to be probably a little bit more impatient when it comes to their time. Okay? So next is you're going to simply sit down with them and you're going to say, after you catch up, you're going to say, hey, I want to talk to you about referring you more business this year. Now, if they reciprocate, they're going to ask questions. They're going to ask you, how does that look? What does that look like? And you're going to say, well, obviously in real estate, I have lots of clients that might need your services. In fact, you're in financial services, and some of my clients don't have a financial planner, or maybe they don't have a retirement account or health insurance or maybe even life insurance. So I would be interested in referring you to my clients because I like you and I trust you. Now, in reciprocation of that, I'm looking for somebody that will refer business to me also. Who do you currently refer your real estate business to when you have somebody who might be interested in doing real estate? Now, when you say this, the key is just stop talking. Don't continue to talk through this. Allow them to think for a minute. If they're not talking, they're thinking. So you're going to be patient. You're going to listen for their response. The response is going to be one of 3 things they're going to respond with. Number 1, I don't have anybody to refer to. Perfect. I would like to be that person for you. Number 2 is, I can't or I don't refer. Now, this is a 2-part question because it's going to take you to pre-qualify a little bit further to get to the root of what's really going on. So first off, you might ask something like, is it that you cannot refer, or that maybe you have such high standards that your fear is that if you refer somebody, they might not do as good a job as you would hope, and that would be a reflection on you. Is that the case? Now, if they say, yeah, that's the case, then you can simply say, if I can build trust with you and I can show you that I can operate at the professionalism that you operate at, would you consider referring me in the future? And of course, they're going to possibly say yes. I mean, how could they say no to that, right? Next, they say, I can't refer. My company doesn't allow me to refer people. Now, this one's a tough one. I actually had this happen with my insurance agent. He said, I'm not allowed to refer people, Sean. And I said, well, I refer you 20, 30, 40 people a year, and I really am looking for a relationship with somebody who's willing to refer business back to me. And since I can't count on you for that, I might have to find another insurance provider that is looking for a relationship the same way I'm looking for one to grow my business. And he quickly backpedaled and he said, no. It's not that I can't refer you. It's that I can't send you out on the company email and refer you that way. And I said, John, I'm not looking for that. I'm simply happy that if somebody comes in and has a house to sell, that you say, hey, I have my real estate agent's card right here, and I'd love to refer them to you. Can I count on you for that? And of course, John said, yeah, of course I'll do that. No problem. Because frankly, he didn't want to lose the business I was already providing him, and he just didn't understand the question. Now, the third response that you might get from somebody is simply this one. I already refer so-and-so. So let's say that they refer a gentleman named Tom, okay? Now, we need to dig a little bit deeper. We're not going to let this throw us off our game because we came prepared today with this question. Let me ask you about Tom. You know, I'm a student of the business, and I'm always looking to improve. So what does Tom do great? What is something that I can learn from Tom? What do you like about Tom? Typically, they're going to say Tom performs, and Tom's been somebody I relied on for many years, or maybe Tom is their personal real estate agent that sold them their home. So that's great. That's good to know. Now, everybody has flaws, right? We know that everybody has got some flaws. So if Tom could improve something about his business or maybe his performance, what would that be? Now, right now is really important because they're going to tell you the secret right here on how you're going to win the business in the future. 99% of the time, they're going to respond communication, right? Tom's great at getting the job done, but you know what? Tom doesn't communicate the way I like him to communicate. Or maybe he'll say something like, the customers sometimes get frustrated because Tom doesn't follow up the way that we would like him to, or maybe to my standards. Now, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's Tom doesn't do anything to help us. Tom doesn't refer business to me. He doesn't bring customers in to my business. And you know what? If Tom brought customers in, that would be outstanding. So question number 3 is, what do I need to do, or who do I need to become to someday be Tom to you? Now, this is an important question because you're not saying, I want to be Tom right now. You're saying someday you might have to make a decision to change and to go with somebody new. And I would like to be that person for you. So what would have to happen for that to be the case? Now, right now, it's important to be quiet, listen, and write down their response. Because they're going to tell you in that moment exactly what you need to do to win business from them.